What's going on, Seaport? It's Pac-Man Jones of Savannah Seaport News, and yes, more about the City Market shooting that happened on July the 5th, where the two people that died inside the car and that pedestrian that got killed, Scott Waldrop, that won't be counted as far as the homicide count. Now, I know that person that survived that crash, Jerry Chambers Jr., I know he was charged with those counts of murder, or actually homicide counts, but those counts won't be added on to the 2017 homicide count. So far this year, Savannah-Chatham Police have investigated 23 homicides, 8 fewer than what we had last year, because last year we was at 31. And more so why they didn't really count it for a homicide, because of really the criminal's intentions. Did he plan on killing these people? Or actually, he didn't plan on killing his friends that was inside the car. Neither, I'm pretty sure, he didn't plan on killing Scott Waldrop, general manager for the restaurant on MLK called The Gray. And I figured Savannah-Chatham Metro Police Department won't group this as a homicide, because I mean, from my standpoint, if the people that he shot at died, then yeah, I would have said, yeah, view it as a homicide. But I would say this would probably count as vehicular homicide, which doesn't count as regular homicide unless of the intentions was for him to run over that person, Scott Waldrop, and less of his intentions was to kill the people inside the car, which I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have done that. So that's why those homicides didn't count, or those killings, I should say, didn't count. So that's why I've kind of been leaning back on my titles, because I put 18th, 19th homicide, this and that. I've been kind of leaning back on those type of narratives, because I'm trying to really keep it up to date and keep it accurate as possible with these homicides. So any more information about the July the 5th killings that happened, I will let y'all know as well. Now let's get into the bigger news of what happened this week. Now the Savannah-Chatham Metro Police Department will now end its merger in February, after the Savannah City Council voted Friday morning to split up the department. And the reason why the department is ending the merger is because of issues regarding department costs. Now, Mayor Eddie Deloach said he and others, as far as the aldermen, preferred to keep the department together, but the county unwillingness to work with them together to improve public safety had forced the vote. The council indicated that the vote was final and that there would be no more negotiations to preserve the merger. The pending split comes after the completion in the month of May of a police operations study conducted by Berkshire Advisors that was included as part of a new agreement adopted last year. The study was meant to resolve the cost concerns that had led the past Chatham County Commission to vote in 2014 to end the previous contract. But the current commission ended up criticizing the study and challenged the funding formula that is supposed to determine each entity's share of expenses. County Chairman Al Scott has also questioned the need to hire enough officers for a 7-minute response area in the incorporated county where there is little criminal activity. The mayor, Eddie Deloach, and aldermen had voted on June the 22nd to move forward with the consultant's recommendation to add about 133 sworn officers plus 14 civilian positions over a 3-year period to improve response times to 7 minutes for 90% of high priority calls throughout the city and unincorporated county. City manager Rob Hernandez said that less officers will be needed now to solely cover Savannah, but that the city still intended to make the investment to bump the response times up to 7 minutes. He also said the costs are going to go up, but that is based on the priority the council has set for the city. Also, there is a disagreement over the amount of money owed by the county for 2016 and 2017 after the council and Commission agreed in last year's merger agreement that Berkshire funding formula would be applied retroactively to January 2016. That final amount is now being negotiated and is expected to be between $5 million and $7 million, between $5 and $7 million, Hernandez said. Eddie DeLoach said that the city would like to continue with a merged department, but will not continue to provide police services to the unincorporated county unless the county is willing to fund the full cost of those services, which Berkshire found to be about 25.5% of the total police budget. The merger contract is effective through 2020, although both parties can terminate the agreement after 2017 by giving 6 months. So that's where February of next year comes about. Written in they gotta have it written in notice, Hernandez said. And the costs and logistics of splitting up the department should be minimal since each entity owns their own vehicle and equipment. So it looks like Savannah-Chatham Police Department is having trouble in paradise as far as the funding and where they can get more money, and just really just the issue with money. Money is the main issue with this. Police need more equipment, they need more funding, of course, and if both sides can't agree to one common goal, then I guess the only thing you can do is split, something like a marriage. If you can't agree on both terms, on the same terms, then you have to split your ways because you have differences. Now, the main thing is, despite the merger ending, we just want to see crime, to go down. And that was the main thing Eddie DeLoach was saying. We just want to see the crime go down despite the merger ending or splitting up. And as long as this can just improve the city in a way that's for the better of the city and for the community, I know that's a good thing. But I just hate to see this, the department split up over $5 to $7 million over funding of who needs to pay this, and this side ain't paying what they need to pay. And, all of the financial situation should have been resolved, whoever's doing the finances at Savannah-Chatham Metro Police Department. But that's none of my concern. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen coming next year by February, whether there will be a Savannah Police Department or it'll be a Chatham Police Department, whether if this whole process would really go through or if they're going to try to actually hold this merger together, because I actually heard that they're trying to hold it together, but at this point it looks like it's falling apart. Let me know how you feel about this situation. Weigh in your opinion. But they did said about this situation, they did said that despite this, response times will improve to 7 minutes. I'm not so sure what the response times is right now, but they want to move that down to 7 minutes. So despite all that, the police still have a goal at the end of the day. So let me know how you feel about this situation. But that's all for me for right now. It's Pac-Man Jones of Savannah Seaport News, and stay blessed, Seaport.